A pleasant morning to you all. I am Carl David B. Quiapo, the leader of Group 311 GAS, together with
Tara Ibrahim,
Jaira Villapana,
Cedric Hamyas.
Lloyd Santos.
and today we are going to present to you our research title defense, which is our title is Exploring Senior High School Students' Perspectives on the Integration of Smart TVs in Classroom Settings, a case study at St. Francis of Assisi College, Bacoor. Viewers and listeners may be wondering why we have chosen this particular title to discuss. It is because researchers have noticed that as people look everywhere today, everything is related to science and technology. Nowadays, modern practices are adopted in our society, such as the modernization of healthcares, manufacturers, economy, and education. The implementation of technology in education is a great foundation as it is very useful, beneficial, and engaging for every students and teachers. Now, let's have a quick overview of what will be the contents of this presentation. We have the introduction, research questions, objectives, methodology, data analysis, and participants. To formally begin with, let's start with the introduction, which will be discussed by me. Smart classrooms have a significant effect on students' academic performance. Smart classrooms offer engaging or exciting and interactive learning experiences that can make them excited about the discussion. Let everyone be reminded that students have their own learning capacity or capabilities. Integrating smart TVs in classroom settings will help them to engage more and focus in the discussion. Additionally, it is also advantageous for the teachers to make their class fun, and it will help them to make their work easier as technology provides the fastest way of working. Next, this study is important for us to know the real efficiency of technology, such as smart TV for students to gain knowledge and the experiences of students with regards to the challenges and difficulties when it comes to technology education. Researchers are conducting this study to specifically know their views and opinions regarding the use of smart TVs in classroom settings. The usage of it may be beneficial, but researchers are considering the factors that students and teachers are facing when it comes to the difficulties and struggles of using smart TVs in classroom settings. Then lastly, as researchers, we are considering the students' learning process to know if it's convenient to them and also would like to examine the capabilities of the smart TV as a tool for teaching in classrooms. Students and teachers' thoughts, feedback, and experiences are important to know exactly if smart TV is beneficial and should be applied in every classroom settings. Now, for the research questions, it will be discussed by Mr. Cedric Camillas.
Thank you, Mr. Quiapo. Now let's proceed to the research question. Research question is a compass guiding the researcher all throughout the study. How do senior high school students at St. Francis of Assisi College perceive the use of smart TV in their classroom settings? Researchers formulated this question to know if it's usable or beneficial for the senior high school student at FMAC Bacoor with regards to the utilization of smart TV in every classroom settings in the said school. Question number 2. Can you share the specific experience or stories that illustrate the impact of smart TVs on your learning as a senior high school student at SPAC Bacoor? The third question is, what insight and suggestion do senior high school students offer for enhancing the use of smart TV in classroom based on their own experience at SPAC Bacoor? Researchers created this question to find out what else can be suggested by the student in SPAC Bacoor to improve and make their study better because the quality of education is a must. Students' learning capabilities must be satisfied to learn know that it is helpful for students. The fourth question is, what benefits and challenge do senior high school students offer for enhancing the use of smart TV in classroom, based on their own experience at TESPAC Bacoor? And the last question is, from your perspective, how do smart TV influence your engagement and understanding of academic content in a classroom environment? Researchers made this question to know exactly how the implementation of smart TV in classroom influence each of every student to facilitate and improve their learning. For this study objective, it will be discussed by Mr. Lloyd Santos.
Thank you, Mr. Camillas. Objective emphasize on how it will advance the study and how it will reflect to the study purpose. Be reminded that the research objective is connected to the research question. The first objective of this study to understand how senior high school student at St. Francis of Assisi Assisi College Bacoor perceive the use of smart TV in their classroom settings. The third objective is to identify the benefits and challenges associated with the integration of smart TVs in senior high school classroom as perceived by students. And for the last objectives, to gather insight and suggestion from senior high school students for improving and to optimizing the use of smart TVs in their classroom, drawing from their own experience. Researchers' goal is to collect feedback, opinions, and suggestions for their on academic satisfaction. Quality education must be experienced by senior high school students for their own recognition. For the methodology, let's have Miss Jaira Villapeña to discuss it.
Thank you, Mr. Santos. Now, let's proceed to the methodology of the research. Here have the types of research, the approach, and the sampling method. The type of research is qualitative research. The researchers identified the types of this study as qualitative research. Qualitative research includes analyzing perception, encounters, and concepts. It is the opposite of quantitative research as it involves examination of non-numerical data information. The approach of this study is a case study approach, as this study must examine the views and opinions of the students regarding the advantage and disadvantage of integrating smart TVs in classroom settings. A case study is a specific research design that is utilized to gather in-depth knowledge that will aid in further analyzing the study. Case study is relevant to this research since it looks how senior high school pupils see things. And lastly, the sampling method of this study is random sampling. Finally, random sampling will be utilized in this study. It is a process of randomization in which each sample has equal chance of being chosen as the representative. The study will use random sampling and focus on the experiences and viewpoints. It requires that researchers pick random people at random to answer the study question. Every participant will receive equal care and validity in the study, and the researchers were carefully to avoid showing favoritism or bias. For the discussion of data analysis, let me introduce Ms. Sarah Ibrahim.
Thank you, Ms. Villapeña. Now let's proceed to discuss the data analysis, which we will tackle the in vivo coding. How data analysis works in vivo coding. In vivo coding is a style or process of qualitative data gathering procedure that focuses on the actual words said by the respondents. In vivo coding is the style of can be beneficial to the researcher as they gather information from people's perspective and opinions, so the researchers can collect the data. The benefits of in vivo coding can help researchers attain an in-depth understanding of the direct stories, ideas, and meanings that are expressed by researcher, respondents, nor participants. To understand the respondents, researcher can use the respondents' own words rather than the researcher interpretation of the data. This will be helpful to the researcher and to collect in-depth analysis of the data, so the respondents' data will be coded with their exact words that they answered. And lastly, for the participants, let me call Mr. Quiapo to discuss the participants.
Thank you, Ms. Ibrahim. Now, for the last part of this presentation, let's now proceed to the participants. As we conduct this research, qualitative research also requires data gathering or interviewing, so we need participants who will be answering our interviews. Our target respondents are from St. Francis of Assisi College Bacoor senior high school students. Senior high school students are chosen to be the respondents in the study's data collection. Only 20 participants are needed, so researchers utilize random sampling to be the sampling method. The respondents are senior high school students because they can be more expressive to share their thoughts regarding the integration of smart TVs in classroom settings, which also they are experiencing the usage of it. The research study will be carried out at the St. Francis of Assisi College, Bacoor campus in order to have an educated data collection approach. In total, researchers require 20 participants. Senior high school students at the aforementioned institution must provide their own ideas or experiences to the study. Thank you for listening and watching in our research titled events. Again, we are the Group 3.